Welcome back to Matt Chat, everybody. I am here with such a fun guest, somebody that I genuinely adore talking to, Star from season 48. Star, how are you?
Hi everybody. It's like that little whisper talk, like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, what's happening, y'all? We here on a Tuesday to chat it
Mhm.
up and we live. Like I was like, oh, it's live, live. Like we live, live, live. Okay, I'm here for it.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And if you don't, I had the pleasure of meeting Star in person
Mm.
at the Ron
Oh
Clark
yeah.
Academy
Oh yeah,
during
that was a
season
good
the
time.
48
Yes, that's
press tour,
so
the
dope.
tour.
If you have not been to a Ron Clark Academy event when it comes to Survivor, I promise you, you need to see about it, research it. If you haven't even mentioned the Ron Clark Academy, period, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Everything, all tens across the
Hands
board,
across
really
the board,
a hundreds across the board, A plus
literally.
plus plus, everything on top A by A1. Yes,
It
for
was
sure.
incredible, and we're in the same house. We're
Oh
Ron.
yes,
What was it?
I'm a
It says
lover.
yeah, the lover house. So
Lover
when
house. It's
we
red. We red and we
we
bleed.
read
We bleed love.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
feel like we've got this bond, and
Oh
I'll
yes.
let's see if this bond takes us into this episode because
I
I feel
feel
like
like it.
episode 6 was, dare I say, the best episode of the season so far. How did you feel?
Well, yeah, I guess so. If you're talking about drama for a fact, like, yes, drama for a fact, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? I think so. Like, if we're talking overall, because like the best as of right now, from
Hmm.
what we've seen, yes, because the snake bite, that was like, oh dang, but it was like, ooh, dang, snake bite, wow. All right, what's next? But this right here, you know what I'm saying? It definitely gave what needed to be give. I wish we had more. I see everybody I've been seeing there on Twitter X, and they're like, I wish I had more Sage and Shannon, Sage and Shannon. I feel you. But sometimes you gotta cut it where it is. We had enough Sage and Shannon. That my girl did what needed to be done. She got her out of there.
Yep.
She had her heart on it. She's been waiting on it. She's been fake keying. She's been smake. Mwah, mwah. I'm loving it. It was giving everything that it needed to give, and it's giving great gifts
Mm-hmm.
or
Uh,
gifts.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I feel like the Survivor community needed a little bit more
Yes.
gifts in this,
Yes.
newer ones, and I feel like we definitely have them now. So
We
the
had it.
reaction gifts are
We had
they
it.
are very real
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Now,
because Savannah has like many for a
oh,
fact, but that's because she serves face in every scene. And
she
I mean,
does.
like, but I respect it because I know when the camera was there, I was like, pose,
Mhm.
cheeks in, all right, head high, let's go. But no, it's definitely serving uh with the buff backwards, frontwards is given. I feel
Mhm.
like what's my guy? My guy Nate, like he's coming with his paw swim shoes and is killing he's killing it. Like he's killing the girls and the
Mhm.
guys. Like he's ready for anything. He probably wouldn't have gotten bitten by a snake. I believe it. Like I don't know if he got
Yeah.
this, I don't think so. But
Nate,
hey,
Nate, you bring up Nate. Nate is somebody I'm like so excited about
are
this
you
season.
really?
I really like he was somebody that
Mm,
I was like nervous because of his big
mm,
job, but I feel like
yeah.
he's doing really well. And I was a little nervous if they had gone to tribal, like he would have been on the
Yeah.
chopping block. But I
Yeah.
feel like, this episode we saw a lot of people talking about like the easy vote. And then they're like, but actually, should we do that?
Actually, yeah.
And I feel like he was the easy vote. And then I said, but actually, I don't know if that's who we want to go with because
Yeah.
the Sophie and Christina of it all,
Oh, the only Sophie.
the
The number
only
one
Sophie,
Sophie.
nope, number one
The
Sophie,
new
according to
Sophie.
Sophie.
I
Yes,
love that.
yes.
The new Sophie with an E.
She said, I am the Sophie now.
Yes.
You can't, yeah. So I feel like, do you think that if they would have got a tribal council, Nate would have been the one voted out, or do you think it would have been Christina?
See, here's the thing, and I'm glad that once we followed up with this, I want to talk about my girl Christina because I feel her. I feel like nobody has touched in on the challenge and how my girl
Mm.
persevered. Like, but we'll get there. So the thing is, we didn't really see a tribe dynamic of talking
Mhm.
game. So really get the opinion. We know Sophie with the E. She like, girl, Christina, you say my name again. Like the first time you said it for real. This time you saying for Kiki. Nah, what you mean? Looking at you
Mhm.
sideways. And of course, Nate's giving as long as it's not me. Like I don't want to talk game because I don't know where y'all at. He tried and it was giving, he's lying. Like off bat, the words that was coming out his mouth, they already knew was a lie. But he tried, even with once again with MC at the last challenge with the journey. Yeah, he tried and it was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. But I respect it. I respect anybody that
Mhm.
tries to talk game because it's
Yes.
very hard in a place where people are kikiing or thinking kumbaya or they already have their alliance set in. So I don't, but the thing is, people like Christina. She's like, she's really good at being under the radar. That's why I don't know
Mhm.
if I don't know. Like
It
that's
could have
a
been
tough. It could have been.
enigmatic.
It really could have been
Yeah.
hand in hand, especially too. Nate's not dumb. He was definitely would have played his shot in the dark. I feel because he's already felt like he was like the outcast.
Mhm.
Now to this challenge, I will say when you're like, imagine the day when you're just like you did not eat that day, or you just woke up and got to it, and then you're reaching the midday and you're like feeling weak and exhausted, and your hands starting to shake and you're working, or you just feel like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? You're drinking water, but it's making your stomach hurt more. That's exactly how it feels when you're doing these challenges and you're hungry. So
Mhm.
I feel that Christina was trying to, and then you're under pressure, and people like you driving, and you like say you're behind, like you're driving in the front, and you're like a fast car is behind you, but you really don't want to drive fast. You just got your last ticket, or you're not even trying to get a ticket at all. You just trying to, and they're like feeling so much pressure to go fast, and then you driving, and then there goes the police, and you go so fast, and now boop boop boop. I feel her like your body is literally like
Mhm.
shaking, and you trying to like keep up and catch up. You're already behind. This is $1 million,
Mhm.
but not even that. Who wants to go home? Like,
Exactly, exactly. And also, like, she saw what she was seeing. Not only is she not,
yes,
you're not having a lot of food, not a lot of
yeah,
sleep. She talks about how
yes,
it's a lot harder than you
mm-hmm,
might think it is. But
mm-hmm,
also she just got a tribe swap with people that she
yes.
necessarily did not think
She
that she was very
doesn't,
close with. Like
for real.
her one person that she knew on that was, well, she knew Alex and she likes
Yeah,
Alex, so that was
yeah.
good. But
But
then
Alex is good at being liked.
exactly, exactly.
Like, can
But
you trust
Sophie
it?
with an E, she, like,
Mm-hmm.
genuinely threw out Sophie's name day
Genuinely,
3, and then
yes.
she doesn't know Nate from Adam. So, like, the
At
fact
all.
that she then obviously has to deal with all of that, but then also just the
Yeah.
emotions of maybe feeling isolated. I
Mm.
don't know. I've had that kind of
Mm.
wave of emotions hit me, and I
Yes.
am, running on food and sleep and
Yeah.
water and all of that
Yeah.
stuff, and she just doesn't have that. Yeah, that was,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. And I mean, like, like we've watched many seasons of Survivor. We're on season 49 now, So it's hot, but it's been hotter or equivalent to or different, like different feelings in times where even into like before they would at least give them like rice and beans. You feel me? Like, where's the rice and beans? Like, we don't want
Mhm.
just rice, like stuff like that. Like, shout out to the chicken. That's what I'm saying. Like, Alex been doing his thing. Like, if anybody like from the tribe where they were suffering on Kelly and
Mhm.
they weren't making it and they didn't know when they were going to see their next win. Alex, Sophie with the eye, and even Shannon, they came through and figured it out, I
Mhm.
believe. But the thing is, Alex is an undercover. I actually, when you watch and then they say little tidbits, Christina was like, yeah, he got us fish. He was in there, we saw Rizzo God do his thing, but Alex also deserves the fish award. Like he was out there actually doing it for real. Like we
Yep.
saw a little glimpse of him, and that little glimpse is all I needed to know that he's actually surviving. And he's not only surviving, he's bringing the fish back to his tribe. Four of
Mhm.
them for each of them. Maybe they were small, but the point is he took his time. He got the 4 fishes. He wranged the neck of the chicken the last episode, or the last episode. But we saw this man is trying to make a place when he had no place.
And he caught a crab this episode.
Ooh,
Did
and
you
he
remember
caught
he
the
caught
crab.
he
I
caught a
remember
crab with
yes,
his bare hands?
yes.
He,
Oh
like,
yeah,
dove for
and
that
that's
crab.
really fun, and it's fun. Like crab hopping is fun. Like at first it gets scary. It's really scary because I'm a jumper. Honestly, anything animal related, I kind of yeah, you feel me? But the dogs, cool cats. I eat fishes, but like
They're
crab,
crab pinchers, I'm out,
yeah,
yeah.
they jumpers. Like they're gonna jump. I remember I had a crab in like a nice little bowl, happy to go back and warm it up, and it escaped. Like it just jumped out. But who am I to fight a crab? Like I'm good. So
Very
thanks,
real.
but it's really fun. Anybody that hasn't went crabs fishing, I suggest you go.
And I think that Alex is somebody that is interesting because he does all of these
Yes,
things, and I think that kind of lowers his threat level a little bit
it
because
does because
he
no
kind
one's
of
thinking of him like that. They're
exactly.
like, that's my homeboy, my little brother, my big
Exactly.
brother.
He's able to manage his threat level. He's able to kind of like
Yeah.
nowadays in Survivor, the provider role isn't really that real. Like
That's
people don't
because
really care.
every man for themselves or whoever they're
Exactly.
rocking with. Like bring back cavemen. Bring back the men that want to get their hands dirty. I'm not talking the fire. The fire is too, because it's really
Yeah.
preparing you for the end game if you make it that far. Like if you make fire, it's either gonna look like I'm not going up against this person. They make fire in 5 seconds, or you've been making fire for forever, and now by the time you get to the end, it's easy to make fire. It's not no who. Oh, I'm so fire. No, you like bang. Okay. So that gives you an advantage,
Mhm.
but you're just doing that also too to keep warm for yourself and also give yourself that tribe morale, I believe. Because if I could make fire, I'd be making fire just woo, not saying I can't. I'm just saying in general. But the point is, yeah, he's doing the thing. He's doing his thing to stay relevant while also not causing big of a roar. Like a red flag. Like, because he's not strong like we've seen with previous seasons. He's not macho, but he does his part. He out there fishing. He's getting his hands dirty. He's swinging the fish. He's swinging the chicken. He's peeling the chicken, cooking the chicken.
Yeah.
In the best way he know how. Like, it's giving Alex from State Farm, but he's in the Survivor's side. Like,
that.
You feel me?
I like that. That's
you
so
feel
funny.
me? Like, I see him in a suit or like how he's dressed right now. You look at him like, dang, that's what I got. But true, he working it.
I love that comparison. That's so funny. He's just kind of there, and you're happy that he's there. That is so.
He's not causing no riffraff. He's not picking sides. Everybody's been talking to him. He's like, I like this person. I like this person. I like this person. Everybody I like. But I think he's a Libra, so I feel it as a fellow Libra. Like, you're gonna like, but also too, is it fake? Because he just doing his part.
I mean, I think that here's the thing.
Maybe it's a little bit of love.
It is. I think it's a little bit, maybe a little
bit of it. It's a balance.
Because I think that you gotta make yourself like your best foot forward or your most exaggerated self on Survivor. Sometimes you have to lean into your stereotypes. You have to lean into what people might perceive you like as or whatever. And I think that like if he realizes that, people perceive me as this way, I'm going to continue doing that, but I'm going to just kind of do it a little bit more. I think that is exactly kind of the way that he's able to take on that role and really be kind of under the radar a little bit.
Thanks.
Now I have a question. We talked about Christina at the tribe swap.
Yes, Christina.
And at that tribe swap, Jeff also said he had a moment where he said this could have been a earn the merge, but we're getting a swap instead. As somebody who had to go through earn the merge, right?
Didn't you? Oh yes, that's what we like. It was like that awkward, like okay, so we're all here, we're all looking at each other, we just hugged, all just came around, bring the boats, the boats are here on this island, but we didn't make it to the merge yet. And like, okay, cool. So we're just in this limbo. That's what the merge limbo, basically. And it's like, okay, I woke up and I'm like, okay, we about to merge. It's like, oh, this not the merge. Oh, okay, cool. Say less.
So do you think that this is going to be a real merge then next week? Because it seems like we're going to have a real merge, or we're not going to have to watch, or the players aren't going to have to do and earn the merge. And do you think that's going to be good for these players moving forward?
See, that's the hard part, because once again, we already know there is a majority with the tribes. Like no one from Yulee has gone home yet, right?
Correct.
Correct. No one from Yulee.
Oh, until Shannon.
It's Shannon.
Yeah.
Respectfully, it's Shannon. But also too, once again, that also like I personally feel like it's good for Sage to once again get her out as soon as possible, because you don't know when the merge is in her eyes. They're just counting. I don't even know if she's counting the days. Somebody's counting the days, but she's just probably like, I just want to get this girl out of here. I don't really care about none of that. So she's like, but it's good for her because now it's like, oh my gosh, you got out Shannon. Cool, because somebody's gonna be like, I didn't really like her or whatever. So and then it also makes her that vulnerable person that you can use as a question mark, like what do we do with her? Or maybe we're like, oh, we can get rid of her, who knows, we're gonna see. But I think that because of what already happened with Jake, and then in the previous season, in the previous episode, and Jeff is like, well, we even if it was 12 before Jake getting out, or I think he said on the Fire podcast, he's like, if we still would have did that anyways, where they did the 4-4-4 tribe. So and like some people say, oh, they always know what to do. Some people say, I think they're just winging it, whatever. I personally feel like that's a possibility that it was already planned like that. And I also feel like it's a 10% possibility that they might just go ahead and merge it all together next episode, or they're gonna say, let's fight for that merge, and it's gonna be a double elimination, maybe, which might be that sounds outrageous. That sounds outrageous to say. But maybe it's just because of my own PTSD of when we had the double elimination, and but also too, like, how outrageous does it really sound? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're trying to make it pop, but I mean, maybe I don't know, who knows? I don't know who knows. I would say double elimination. Let's go ahead and get everybody up out of here, and then let's really eat. But we'll see.
Remind me, who was the double elimination? It was
Say and said made a jury.
Right.
Oh, that was a tough one, man. That's right, man. Sorry, man. Sorry for that, still, man. That's been stuff. Because now, every time you think about it after the fact. Like, I know there's a lot of people who go on Survivor, they play Survivor, then they have regrets. Or they replay seasons or replay those certain parts of whatever happened in the episode back and back and back again, or whatever got them voted out. And it's like, oh my gosh, if I did this different, I did that different. But I would say everything happens for a reason, and it is what it is. But you feel me? Yeah, that's when Shawty went home, and then my guy said went into the jury. So hey, you feel me? It's sad, it's messed up, but hey, that's the name of the game. People get voted out. I got voted out. Am I crying about it? Shit, no, I ain't crying. We ain't gonna cry about it. We ain't gonna be like, all right, just watch. Yo, like, okay, I know what's next, because once again, nobody thinks about the jury. Like, come on now. And once I know the votes either way go is who has the most, but in reality, the jury votes matter 10 times more than what you did in the game. I mean, you're always gonna go in Survivor history. But also too, you're gonna go in Survivor history. Either the best player, worst player. Oh, that player didn't really matter. Oh, I don't even know why they won this. You feel me? You get opinions from everybody in the Survivor community. Watchers, people who don't watch, people who just watch one episode and now they think they know everything. Like you get a lot of different opinions.
Oh yeah.
And it hurt you. Sometimes you think like, man, what y'all know? But it's the facts. It's the facts. We've been watching Survivor for 49 seasons. We all put opinions on half of the players.
Everybody has like a lot of opinions, me being one of them. But I think that, I do think that we're going to be saved from like an earn the merge, because I've always hated the earn the merge, because
really?
I think
why?
Because the thing for me is I'm an empath. I really don't like the person who has to go home right before, like they're so close. They're literally going home the same night as a person who is now the head of the jury, the mayor, Ponderosa, whatever you want to call it. And that always hurts me personally. But also I just think that a lot of times,
is it FOMO hurt? Like, are you like, dang, they're gone? Because do you feel the FOMO for them?
I do, because not only are they missing the jury, they also don't really get to experience Ponderosa that much. Because they go back and they're just like, they're at Ponderosa for like a night and then they go home. So I feel like it's like a kind of the short end of the stick, both sides. And
it is. Because, either way, and like I said, anytime I say this, I always just think about like, we always hear some people who's like, it was my dream to make jury, but I always think of Sifu when I think of that, because like when you say connect with a player, like I was probably like the player himself watching, I was like, man, whatever. But then when he said that, it's like, oh, you always wanted to make jury, not even win, just make the jury. Like it made me want to cry. Like some people felt like, even when Bond was like, oh please Tiffany, don't vote me out. I mean, I'm here to change 1 million hearts. Like maybe 1 million hearts gonna still feel for you. But you got the 1 million hearts, but at what cost to get voted out? Shout out to Banu though.
Shout out to Banu, honestly. I do. I love Banu. But I also think that like when they do the earn the merge, it feels like players play a little bit, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, a little bit scared, because I feel like they vote people out. It's not that interesting gameplay. They just don't want it to be them. And so they hear through the grapevine that, oh, Cedric is not whatever and blah, 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 blah. And it just seems like it's an easier, more straightforward vote. And I don't think that this kind of game mechanism encourages blindsides, encourages crazy gameplay, because I think people are just so scared because of the fact that
that's when people say chaotic. As soon as you want to shake the game up, people looking like you crazy. And it's like, am I crazy for not wanting to say I'd rather it be somebody else than me? Okay. But why should it be you versus this other person? What you gonna do? Like and I don't want to say it's like begging, but it kind of is. You like anybody but me. I'll do this. I'll do that. And it's like, bro, just play your game, because now you're still gonna get voted out eventually. It's just not gonna be right now in this moment. Like I even when I was playing, I wasn't like, oh, anybody. But I was like, listen, this is what we gotta do. We gotta get this person out. All right, this person's running things. I'd rather have 4 chickens with their head cut off running around like they don't know what's going on than have one rooster sitting here watching the chickens go ahead with their head cut off and being like, well, y'all gonna get each other you feel me? Y'all gonna eat each other alive anyway, so I might as well just let y'all do it, when in reality you should be eating the rooster.
Yep 100% agreed. And I think that this brings to mind something that I thought was kind of interesting in this episode a little bit. So MC, first of all, want to say shout out MC, 100% win rate for immunity challenges, all challenges. And I don't think there's anybody in the new era. I don't think that there's anybody ever that has 100% win rate in pre-merge, and I think that's very impressive. So I want to say shout out to MC for that. But then also, I think that we got more MC content this episode, which was very exciting. But we got her talking to Rizzo and telling Rizzo that Sage actually told everybody about Rizzo's idol. How did you feel about this move from MC?
Now, the thing is that immediately, once again, already put Sage in a grave, because we already know she came from the original tribe. She wasn't really like the number one ally on and between the the group. Nate, Savannah, Riz, and Miss Jay was just his name. Joanne. Sorry, so many names, y'all.
I know.
I'm trying to keep up. I know. But like, yeah, Joanne, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't really a part of the ally. And once again, Shannon was already kind of talking mess about her, trying to get her off from the beginning. So that, like, she didn't really have a place anyway. So I feel like MC telling her that pretty much does put her at the bottom of the, so she be talking. She can't keep her mouth shut. Okay, bet. So that does put a target on Sage's back. And I understand MC's like, well, I'm just trying to, I don't even think she was intentionally trying to throw her name out there. But once again, on my eyes, it looks like, girl, you kind of set me up. Like, because as soon as I step on the island, I was like, hey, y'all, they're gonna be like, so you told MC about my idol? You're not getting it, but I don't think it was intentional. I think she was just trying to like read the room as to like, what it is. I personally don't think that she should have talked to Riz alone. I feel like maybe she should have been like, it should have been like a conversation like, hey Riz, like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe between Riz and Savannah, kind of like to, see what it is, because if you already said everybody knows, because now it makes it awkward because Riz doesn't telling her anything at all. Right. If anything, and he was just like, oh, okay, well, with that smile that he's giving, it's giving. I worked at a call center before. I know that smile. That smile is like, you think you somebody's, you listening to everything. It might be fraud, or it might be somebody, trying to get something, 5 iPhones, and he does tech sales. So 5 laptops and desktops and 100,000 this and it's time, and you're like, okay, so this is a scam, like, I thank you for calling, bye it's giving, thanks for telling me, but I don't really care that I have an idol. We're still not gonna be cool, and but now that you told me Sage, I'm definitely gonna get, I feel like Riz was already guarded, and it didn't really help put his guard down, letting him know that everybody knows, because now he's like, okay, everybody knows. Cool. But now Sage told you that. And now I'm on you. I totally feel like it should have been a group conversation.
I totally get that. And I think that if we go back to when Sage told everybody that Rizzo had the idol, when Sage did that, she told literally everybody. The only person that was not there was Shannon, because she was like, hey, I'm using this information. Shannon didn't tell you guys. Oh, that's interesting. And I do think that there's something. Now, I think that I think she did read the room knowing that, like, hey, I don't know if Sophie knows about this. If Sophie with an eye doesn't know.
It's like him and Savannah Riz, they could have walked away, like her, and then Sophie would have been like, dang, where everybody is, but like, respectfully, girl, it's me or you.
I totally see where that's coming from. And I think also just the only person that knows about MC's Beware Advantage still is Steven. She didn't tell anybody. She still hasn't told anybody.
True queen.
So
true silent queen. We love a silent queen. I love a silent queen, because I always say, like, too many people know, especially once again, the fact that Steven didn't tell, that already immediately shows his loyalty. Like, he had ample opportunity, if he wanted to save his ass, to literally say, I have this tea. Here's the tea. I hope that I want y'all to know I'm completely here, completely 100%. I'm no loyalty. Like, but he didn't. He's holding on to that because he's saying, in spirit, when me and my girl get together, whatever information I know, I'm going to run back and I'm going to tell her, and then we'll figure out this thing. Hopefully, but that makes it good if there is not a merge and this is still limbo. That means she still can hold on to the idol, depending on how it goes, because it could be if everybody comes together, idol's done, or it could be you got one more time, hold it down, figure it out. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a hard one, especially when they're not losing. Like,
exactly. And it'll be interesting seeing MC be at a tribal council, because she hasn't had to go to any tribal council.
That would be interesting, but because I'm rooting for MC, I don't want to see that. I'd rather her be in the individual and everybody's going to tribal and we're all just like, oh my gosh, MC's first time at tribal. How cool is it? And she's like seeing the, the shipwreck, and she's seeing the vibes, because it's one thing to hear about it. It's another thing to see it. Yeah. But I don't want to see MC at tribal. Like, if anybody can go to tribal, you feel me? It could be like I don't want to. It could be like Sophie I, because she's already been there. Like it could be Alex. He already been there. Like let's keep MC. Let's keep MC in the at the beach. Let's keep MC at the beach. And I'm not
Uh,
saying that because but I just think she's playing a good game. Like I
I
really
think
do. Like
she
they
is.
could have like they keep giving credit to Riz, but like MC definitely got them this off that hole. Like yeah, Riz knocked the bottles down, but MC definitely gave them the lead they needed. So we're not gonna knock and say, oh, Riz won it. No, MC won it. She was right. Y'all eating them potato chips because MC knocked them discs off.
She's really killing it. And I wonder if she's going to be able to be as amazing in individual immunity challenges. Because we've seen in the past that people who are not so good or who are really, really good at tribal immunities are not always amazing at individual immunities. Do you think her strength is going to translate to individual immunity challenge wins, or do you think that she's going to struggle a little bit?
It depends on how much she's in her head, I think. And that's because I think on top of Survivor being like a physical game, I feel like all the challenge games, it's kind of like every man for themselves, especially with an even field. Not necessarily saying these men aren't like, cool. Like, oh yeah, buff guy, get me in the gym, we knocking it out. Like, yeah, knock me for me. I'm not saying they're not men. I'm just saying it's an even field of the good old Survivor that we love. Anybody could win this game. It's not a muscle head, juice head, and so much strength. And also too, but even then too, it doesn't really matter strong or not. It's kind of like how bad you want it in the midst of what kind of game it is. Like, so I think she has I think as long as she don't psych herself out, she has a possibility of winning some immunity challenges. The question is, does she believe that?
I think you're right. She's not going into a David, right? Like David
that's what I'm saying. Like, you feel me? Like he can pick me up. Okay.
Also, his birthday is today.
Oh wow. Thanks for telling me to shout my guy out.
And
Jeff's birthday. Yeah, I know. I saw it. Yeah, I definitely know about my Scorpio King. Okay, but yeah, I definitely got to shout out to my pilot guy, David. Happy birthday to the big man.
Everything's happening today. The election days today. My friend from high school, her book is being released.
Oh, shout out, friend. What's the book? Give the book. What's the book?
Her name is Brittany. The book is a young adult book called oh my gosh, what's it called? Deadly
It's okay.
Ever
I'll put
After.
you on the spot. Oh,
Deadly Ever After. And it's like a romantasy. It's very, very good. I
can't wait for the TV movie.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, November 4th is killing it today.
But November 4th has always been November 4th, and like like you said, it's always election day, there's always something going on.
Always,
especially after the fact. If it's not the first of the month, it's the 4th.
It's the 4th, exactly. So I do have a question about, when you were on Survivor, right? There was always this, I brought this up a little bit earlier, but there's this discussion of the easy vote and then the vote that actually happened. So like, for example, every single tribe, like I said earlier, had an easy person. Nate was the easy person. MC was the easy person, and Steven was the easy person. Now, obviously, Steven did not go home. The easy vote did not happen. Now, as you were on the show, how often do you think the easy vote actually happens versus it's the decoy and actually this other bigger plan is put in place? How often do you think that, changes?
I think that that is so, like, in reality, the vote of an easy vote only works when everybody already does. Like, it goes back to most people don't like the person that's already there. Or the person that's already there just stirred up a little bit of something. So it's like, hey, we can get them out. Or even in the case like Jason from the last episode, he gets voted out because no one has a relationship with him. Even with Jawan, like he could have been like, hey man, play that shot in the dark or do whatever. But he didn't, because he's like, man, like, why fight when we could just go to sleep tonight and go and figure it out tomorrow? So the easy vote when it comes to everybody being on the same page, yes. The easy vote when it comes to one brainiac saying, hey y'all, wake up, like Sage did, and say, okay, she cool and all. Shannon voted you, and she said your name too. She said my name. So like we all know she's her head is so high, the high horse. She's not gonna think they after me, they're gonna go against me. Not at all. So those are the best easy votes where everybody already has the same. Because I was a little nervous because the last time Jawan kind of had me like, whoo. So when I was like, whoo, I was scared. I'm scared. He talking about, oh, Shannon, but at least we know Shannon. Maybe get Shannon out right now. That's what you call the good game. Like, that's good gameplay. That's why I feel like we saw Sage rise. Like, I'm not gonna say Phoenix, but I'm gonna say, oh, give me 1 second. It's coming. Peacock. I saw her peacock feathers.
Love. I love that.
I saw it, and it was there because she's been eating, she's been playing her game, she's
Mhm.
been in the cut, she's been like, you know, and now she's
Mhm.
like, you know what? Forget about it, girl. Like, come
She's
on.
Yes,
Love it.
absolutely, and I think that Sage obviously was a star of
Oh,
this,
yes.
episode,
I
um,
agree.
and I think that,
I
Shannon
agree.
brought up some really interesting points in her
Like
confessional. We were
what?
hearing a lot from Shannon, and I think she said at one point, I'm gonna, not this is not an exact quote, but it is something that
Mm-hmm.
she said. She said something, she's in good with everybody, and she felt
Mm.
like she was in good with everybody. Now, I feel
Well,
like
she
being no,
was.
but being in good with everybody, I think means that you're actually not
Yeah.
good with anybody. Because
Yeah.
I think in a game of Survivor, sometimes if you can if people see that you are playing all of these angles,
Yeah.
if you're talking to everybody or whatever, that people are going to be able to corroborate that, people are going to
Mm-hmm.
be able to see that. And so if you
Mm-hmm.
really feel like you're in good with everybody, I feel like you're
Yeah.
actually not in good with anybody, because
Correct.
you're playing too much of the field instead of
Mm-hmm.
actually sowing the seeds that you need to
Mm.
sow with specific relationships. And I
Yeah.
think that we saw in this episode, Shannon was rekindling her relationship with Sage, but she'd already
Yeah.
thrown Sage's name out. So Sage is going to be like, well, we're rekindling, but you literally just threw my name out 2 days ago. Then she says she's getting in better with Jawan, but Jawan was on the
Mm-hmm.
outs originally on her
Yep.
original tribe.
That's a
And
fact.
if she's working well with Jawan, and then she then also throws Jawan's name out, if you're willing to throw out all of these different names, then are you who are you really going to be working with? Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yes. I understand exactly what you're saying because once again, says, I'm cool with everybody, but we also do see her putting in the work, so
Mhm.
to speak, you know. But to me, that's giving trying to, she's thinking ahead already. Once again, Shayna's already ahead of the game in her mind. She's like, I'm playing the game. She was playing the game as soon as she stepped on the island, maybe even a
Mhm.
little bit before. So that's why she's working Christina and bonding with everybody, Jesus says, and
Mhm.
Jesus was high on God. Oh, you feel me? Like she every time we look at Shannon, she's talking or
Mhm.
trying to relate to somebody. So she was definitely playing an angle, whether that was for jury votes or whether that was just to keep everything copacetic with the group.
Right.
But she didn't have an alliance.
Mhm.
And one thing we know about Survivor is, yes, you don't need a duo, trio, but you can even win the game by yourself. But the point is, you do need somebody.
Mhm.
Like we said, Steven, he been keeping that secret for forever. He hasn't told a soul.
Mhm.
Yes, Sage is the one that told about the idol, but I'm 9 times out of 10 sure everybody would have still known Riz had the idol.
Mhm.
Either way it goes, like so because they know the idol's on somebody's tribe.
Yeah.
Like everybody has the opportunity. So I feel like Shannon didn't have an alliance for real because nobody could even really trust her in the hindsight. Because after she finished talking to somebody, like Sage is like, "Are y'all buying what she's saying? Like, are we serious?" And they're like, "Nah." And she's like, "Okay, I thought I was tripping. Like, I thought I was crazy. Okay, so okay, I'm not crazy." So we already knew Shannon really wasn't locked in. It was just a matter of when her time was
Mhm.
going to run out.
Yep.
I think. And yeah, she kind of bonded. Like, I don't even think she really had Christina with like that. But I feel like, once again, when you bond or you touch or, serious matters or, you connect with somebody and even empathize, sympathize with somebody, especially on the island, as in the time where no one's talking, you're already by yourself, you're already vulnerable. We are like my girl said, I miss my husband, I miss my family. It's a lot. Like, so to have somebody that really talks to you and gives you the like an opportunity to talk, I think she was good at that. But once
Yes.
again, the information she was just using, not saying using it against people or using it to, but she was definitely using that for gameplay. I'm sure she's a nice child. You feel me? I'm sure she's a nice gal.
Mhm.
But the point is, the game that she was playing, that kumbaya game, ain't gonna, you can't kumbaya and then go say your name. Girl,
Exactly.
no.
Exactly. And I think that there are people who are able to do that, but
Yeah.
they are like
They
masters.
smooth. Yeah, they're
Like
smooth
I would say like
talkers.
Suri.
Yeah.
Suri can
Yeah.
pull that off because
Yeah.
she's Suri, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of a hard thing to be able to pull off
Yeah.
because there is just, word gets around. People talk to
Yes.
each other even
For
if you
real.
don't think that they are. They're
Yeah.
they're talking. They're talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel they're definitely talking. Even then too, when people run into the on the island, they're like, "Oh, I've been wanting to talk to you," or they're
Mhm.
going on a journey, and they're like, "I've always wanted to talk to you." Like, okay, can't wait, see you at the merge. Those little tidbits they add to it because once you get on the island, it's like, "Hey, I remember you said," or "I remember you did this, that, and the other." And now that once again they're so comfortable previously to this last tribe swap, and now think like Christina like, well, What you mean another tribe swap? I just locked in with the people that I was rocking with. And like they say, you can't hide when it's 4 people. Like you go walk with somebody, now you just leave me and you. The first thing I'm gonna say is what you think they talking about. As soon as
Yep.
they come back and they grab you, now I'm no, and if I'm the last to be grabbed or I'm not grabbed at all, something's telling me, I might be
It's
on the
not
chopping
looking
block.
good.
It's not
Yeah.
looking good.
It's not looking
So,
good. Now,
um,
I have a question. Obviously, these were small tribes.
yeah.
We're essentially probably going to get a merge. We did see
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, the first Uli, go home, right?
Yeah.
No Uli has gone home, and
Not
she
at
went
all.
home on a majority Uli
Mm.
tribe. So, in
Mm-hmm.
theory, it should have been very, like we said earlier, easy that
Yeah.
Steven was going home. Now, we have people like Savannah and Rizzo and Nate,
Yes.
who back in the day, like back on original Uli, Shannon was in with those people. Shannon
Yeah.
was working with Rizzo. Shannon was
Yep.
working with Savannah and Nate. How do you think that Savannah, Nate, and Rizzo are going to react knowing that the first Uli went out because of other
Yeah.
Uli members right at the merge? Do we think that Sage is going to have a target on her back?
That's what I'm saying. I 100% know for a fact because once again, we already know Jawan in the Hind factor. He's not really relevant
Mm-hmm.
to their alliance, as in
Mm-hmm.
Riz, Savannah, and Nate. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like the little brother they're bringing along
Mm-hmm.
just to bring along, not, to say he could be the easy vote one episode in the episodes to come if he doesn't rise like the Phoenix that he know he can be. Or should
Mm-hmm.
I say the Captain America Marvel reference? You feel me? They talk about that a good bit.
Yep.
Surprisingly, Nate is doing his part because I haven't heard him say much at all. So that's why I'm right. Like, that's how I know he's a professional. But anyway, so yeah, so I feel like it's gonna put a target on Sage back because she wasn't really, not necessarily liked, but she wasn't really relevant in their Survivor story, I believe, or at least in their Survivor alliance on Yuli, the
Mm-hmm.
original. So now that we know, oh Sage, first of all, MC told me you told her about the idol, you told everybody about the idol. That was red flag number one.
Mm-hmm.
Now on top of that, Shannon, our girl, our homegirl that we kind of rock with, not really rock with, but she was cool. You feel me? She was cool,
Mm-hmm.
and we was Yuli strong. Now she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Jawan, I don't know what happened. You probably was coerced because respectfully, in a man's world, they always blame the woman. So So Jawan has like he's good. Like they're not gonna bother him. They're gonna be like, oh, you probably didn't have a choice. It was either her, Shannon, or you. And he can flip it to it was me or Shannon, or he could flip it to
Mm-hmm.
Sage went rogue. It's easy to say the woman is crazy and chaotic. Like it's easy. And not saying my girl make it not saying my girl make it easy too, but you know. I don't know, but if she went to sleep after that vote that we're gonna see tomorrow night, if she went to sleep and thought like, what am I gonna say to these people? Cool, but I really feel like she don't even really care about that. She's just happy that Shannon went out. Like
Yep.
that's like a relief on her shoulders. So she like, it is what it is. Come hit me with your best shot. That's what
And
it's giving.
I will also say that I feel like there's a world in which Sage could like if Sage goes to the merge and it's
Mm-hmm.
Shannon,
Mm.
Shannon is still there. I think
Mm.
there's a world in which Shannon gets back with Nate,
Yeah.
Savannah, and Rizzo, and that now also Sophie with an eye.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think that when you got that big of a majority, you tend to
Mm-hmm.
eat yourself because
Correct.
you're like, oh, we've got all of this extra fat here. We can
Yeah.
kind of get rid of some of these people, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that like there's a world in which Sage could be this merge vote if,
Yeah.
if she lets Shannon go back with this original Uli. And I
That's
think that this
true.
was the best move for Sage. I am still nervous about her
Yeah.
around the merge because
Yeah. She's
you're right.
vulnerable.
She's vulnerable. Exactly.
Like very vulnerable. And I'm not saying Shannon was a shield, but also too the thing about Shannon is like, and I was just thinking about it as you were talking, like she's like that coworker at work, like always on time, always raising the hand in the conference, or not saying there's anything wrong with those folks.
Mhm.
Like love them, borrow, or even in school, like borrow your notes for sure. But now when it's time for the test, you like, what I'm saying, or you like, she cheated on me, and it's like, girl. But you want to keep key in my face when after the class, like if you need help to study out, you feel me? So Shannon's like, we can get like we cool, you feel me? Like we can get jiggy with Shannon. I feel like the thing is Shannon's so good at being annoyingly not annoying that
Mhm.
it wouldn't really be a problem. I think that it would still put a target on Sage back more than it would Shannon if they went to the
Mhm.
merge together. Because Shannon's just so good at like Just being there, like we know Shannon, we know she gonna be talking. And just watch it, and she's gonna talk to you. Then she's gonna try to talk to MC and stuff. I really like. She's really good at rubbing, like rubbing the back, like rubbing the back, not even scratching the back, because she's definitely scratching her own back as she's rubbing your back. But I really feel like she would still be able to hone her game because you really can't tell her anything. Like she really like, I'm that bitch, and I respect it, like girl for real. But once again, so I feel like it's Shannon was. I mean, Shay still would have had a target on her back because MC already said, hey, she told me about the idol. And then Shannon, who already confirmed, yeah, I don't really rock with Sage. I like Sage. I don't like Sage. As soon as they got with Yuli, Shannon would have been like, yeah, I don't really care. Sage can go. Yeah. You know what? Me and Sage have a good relationship. I'll just talk to her and she'll never think of it. She's too messy. She can't trust that. She's too sicky. I'd rather hold the game for myself and dictate it. And that's what Sage got to do. Like, it's better to get the girl out of here now because you really don't know what she's going to say as soon as y'all lock in. Like, and she doesn't even know the target's on her back, but does she care? We don't even know.
Exactly. And I think that also Sage did such a good job at playing this. Like, she knew that she wanted to go for Shannon, but she didn't just throw out Shannon's name randomly.
Not at all.
And she said this in the episode, which I thought was so good. She said, Shannon loves to be the leader and I love to let her be the leader. And I think that there is this idea of what Sage is good at is taking the back seat and let the other person make a mistake. Let the other person make a misstep.
You get the egg on your face.
Exactly. And I think Shannon did that when she threw out Jawan's name. And now all of a sudden Sage can go, hey, Jawan, I can't believe this. Shannon was throwing, I thought we all agreed it was Stephen, but Shannon's throwing out your name now. And then Jawan's like, wait, what? And so now you actually have real ammo against this person that you're trying to go. And I think Sage is so good at taking that step back, taking a breather, not following what her first instinct would be.
Agree.
And being able to play with her brain. And so, but then still giving us great television.
But she had time to marinate.
Exactly.
And I think that's what made it easy for her because we already saw she threw the tidbit of, oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm not crazy. Everybody sees it too. She's kind of juicy and she's doing a lot. Cool. Once again, Shannon's already going to say wild shit to make you be like, yo, what? So like those little what's it's like, yeah, she is kind of low, or even then too, Steve's like, I'm sleeping and Shannon's talking gameplay, like what's going on here? Like at whatever time in the morning it was, because nobody knows time, but with the sun coming up and it's like, girl, I just woke up. Can you give me a second? So she definitely was gonna eventually put her foot in her mouth. That's a fact. Like she's been putting her foot in her mouth. But Sage was marinating for about 3 episodes. Honestly, that's the whole beginning of the whole.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, she's been
episode.
Yeah,
she's been narrating. So it was eventually probably would have gone her way if she did not back up like that. Like Shannon gave Sage something to look forward to, and I think that's what it was. Like she did her part, she held her own, she slept. She was a sleeping tiger, and then she was like, nah, she was a sleeping bear, hibernated on it, figured things out, let it be, and once again found the time and opportunity to attack, and that's what she did. And I think if she didn't do it then, it was never going to be an opportunity again. So I salute it.
I agree. Now, I have a question that I saw this in the comments, and this is something that actually the internet has been talking a lot about, and I want your opinion. I can't recall if you maybe said this. The comments are saying that maybe you did. What are your feelings on Uncle Jeff?
Oh, yeah. So, like, I personally, like, I definitely agree because, like, it definitely is getting, like, all right now, y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think?
Like, it is kind of getting, like, all right now, y'all, because, like, it's like every single sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, and I'm also, I call him Uncle JP, but I've been calling him Uncle JP way before we even got on the island. We've been watching this, we all like, that's your Uncle JP, okay? That's a fact. But once again, I'm not, well, Uncle JP, yeah, Uncle JP, no, Uncle JP, of course, Uncle JP, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, y'all, like, it's like, like, you really don't even got to address him by a name. Like, you really just only got to answer the question, like, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good, Uncle JP. Thank you for asking, Uncle JP. Like, you don't like, it's getting redundant. And I feel them because we all have connections with Jeff. Like we all watched, grew up, and we all felt like that's why people apply for Survivor. That's why people play Survivor. That's why people watch Survivor. Maybe some people would never play it because they're like, I would never do that. It's a lot of people that say I could never do it. I'm like, baby, you don't know what you can do until you do it. I'm a true believer. Okay, everybody need to apply, and do what you got to do. You say never until it's time to do. But anyway, back to the point. But once again, we all have connections. Like we all got those characters. Say, I love me some Beyonce. But when I see Beyonce, will I be like, yes, Auntie Beyonce? No, Auntie Beyonce. Oh, of course, Auntie Beyonce. What you want me to do, Auntie Beyonce? No, you gonna scare her away. You scaring the host away. Okay, and of course, I mean, like, I know, like I said, at first he's like, oh, dang, you call me that's like, yeah, ha, ha, kiki. But now after a while, it's losing the value. Like, how many? Like, it's not even like I love you. I love you. It's like meaningful. I love you, like I love you, okay? But if I say I love you every 5 seconds of the minute, is it still keep the value? Like, give me a break with the Uncle JP, well, not the Uncle JP, keep that, lock it in, clock it, and copyright it, pop. But the Uncle Jeff, every episode, every sentence, every single scene, redundant, like very redundant and very like, not, I don't even want to say annoying. It's just like, all right, y'all, like we're on episode 6 now. Like, there's no way. Yeah. That like are we dead ass right now? So like it's just like that. Like it's like, come on, let's chill. Like,
I think so. Also, I don't know if you watch Big Brother, but on Big Brother they call her Auntie Julie a lot. Not everybody, but a lot of people. But the difference is they only really see Julie like one time once in a week. Yeah, they don't see Julie that often. They don't see Julie like all the time. Yeah, and you see Jeff. You see Jeff for challenges, like, and then you see Jeff at Tribal Council. You see Jeff and if he do
his random pop up, like, and once again, you already here, you already did your big one, Uncle Jeff. Even if you want to do Uncle Jeff every time, every challenge, or once again, every time this, but you don't got to do it every sentence. You feel me? Because when you go to do you say, yeah, Uncle Bob? No, Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob. Of course, Uncle Bob. No, Uncle Bob. No, and I'm not even saying, oh, you trying to, it seems like a moment, because once again, this could be your heart's dream and you like, man, whatever. But once again, in the club, the YNs or the young folks, they'll say you scaring the hoes. Like, let's relax a little bit. Like, let's take a break. Like you feel me? It's given like, no, Mr. Teacher. Yes, Mr. Teacher. Of course, Mr. Teacher. No, like, let's chill. Okay, we know he's our Uncle Jeff. He's everybody's Uncle Jeff. He's somebody Uncle Jeff for real. So, like, I feel you, but like, let's chill out with it. But I mean, at this point, if they keep on giving, I feel you. But once again, when I meet Beyonce, I ain't Auntie Beyonce, no Auntie Beyonce, and I respect it. Do you? But and they are Unc status, Auntie status. You feel me? Like, they are Unc status, but let's not run out with it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Now I have a question. Do you think that it's going to be more or less than 4 Uncle Jeffs next episode?
More. And I could bet. I'll bet $2 on that one. So anybody that's looking to bet, go ahead and swipe up, comment here, find me on Twitter, X, comment there. And I want you to have all the clips targeted too when we counting this money of $2.
We're counting it. More than 4 Uncle Jeffs. You heard it here first. Tomorrow night. More than 4,
because it was already like more than 4 in the at the tribal council. Like, and I'm like, and not even including like the whole throughout the episode, because I know Christina also said it as well. But like, or Uncle Jay. But even into like Uncle Jay, that's cool. You feel me? Because it's like Uncle Jay. Well, Uncle, like, okay, you said Uncle Jay. All right, let it ride now. All right, cool. Let it ride now. All right, cool. Don't say it again. That's period. Uncle Jay, period. Uncle Jeff, period. Okay, not. Okay, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh,
but I respect her. Like I said, these are like dreams come true. I can understand it because it's a dream. I had a dream. I had a dream. Like Billie Eilish said, I had everything I wanted. We all had a dream. But now, let's go ahead and do what we had to do, win the money. You focus on this, Uncle Jeff. You're not going to be focused on this money. Let's get this money.
I agree. And I think that this is also probably like, a side effect of having a disaster tribe, because for so many people, it's still new. Tribal Council is new. Are we watching
a breakdown? Oh, yeah, I was about to say, are we watching a breakdown in full reality? Because Tribal Council is scary, for sure. Like, you never know what somebody's going to do once they get up in that voting booth and it's time to write a name on a parchment. Like, you never know.
Yeah, and I think that, like, I think the awe of Tribal Council for the fans, you kind of, after the first episode, we've seen Tribal Council. We don't really care. So seeing more people be awed by this so late in the game is like, okay, welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, folks. And I think that's a part of having a disaster tribe, is like we're seeing these same reactions over and over again. 7 episodes in. We're gonna get MC's reaction next week, right? And I think that that's kind of I think that part is no longer interesting to me after episode 3. Like, this should be the norm, I think, for everybody, and the awe of the game should be gone. But because so many people did not go to Tribal Council for such a long time, the awe of the game is still there. And I think they need to just start playing the game. And the way they need to start playing the game is by going to Tribal Council.
So would you say that for the watchers, would you say like that all would be like, okay, we saw how tribal council looked the first time, the ship, like everything's in the middle. They should switch it up. Like maybe every single tribal council should be something different for us to also get the same awe like them. Like maybe that, because once again, we know that there's, as of right now, the what is it? The curse of the disaster tribe. Like we've seen it. That's why everybody's like, I hate these 3 tribe setups because there's always going to be a poo-poo tribe. But the thing about the poo-poo tribe is sometimes it's really not a poo-poo tribe. Like she just be having it. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just really got to dealt a bad hand, or sometimes like stuff just be happening. Like I really don't think it's like poo for real. I just really think like sometimes it just is a disconnect somewhere, like, or it's just more of like a power struggle, because not like say said, I'll lead. You want to talk, lead, you're gonna lead yourself either to success or you're gonna lead yourself to the wrong parts. But I feel like if everybody's either trying to lead or everybody's trying to follow and say it is what it is, whatever it is, it's not gonna, it's gonna be exactly as it is, a disaster.
And I think that I don't think that the people, like, I don't think the makeup of a quote unquote disaster tribe is going to be the same thing every single season. Because I think really the big issue here is, and we've heard this from players time and time again, losing your flint, not having a machete, not having fire, all of these things, you're weak already. But you're playing against people who are warm at night, who are warmer at night. You're playing against people who can open coconuts, who aren't expending all of their energy trying to tear open a coconut with their bare hands. They're able to cook, they're able to kill things more, they have a machete. You can cook a crab a little bit easier, you can cut things, you can whatever. And I think that a disaster tribe, if you are unlucky to lose that first challenge, I think it's really, really hard to make up the ground.
I think so. Especially once again, if you don't have somebody that's leading, like, okay, y'all, or the morale is already cooked. So once the morale is cooked, nobody's trying to be the hero and feed, or the hero and say, let me see what I can salvage out of whatever that we have, which is nothing. Instead, they want to say, let me hold my energy because the next challenge, we're going to try this again. And I feel like that goes back to the self-player thing, maybe a little bit of all tribe sabotage, and on top of that too, just having a sucky, like that first initial, this isn't what I thought, like you all come to survive, like I'm gonna win, I'm gonna this is gonna be that, I'll surf, and then you get there, you're losing, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? And then once again, you're feeling down, you're feeling like, damn, I'm a loser and I gotta do this again tomorrow. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm cold. You don't even have the energy to try to make sand into a blanket. Like all you can do is just sit here and think, why am I even here? And then once you start doing you're like, man, oh, y'all really suck. And we've seen this before where tribe members are cussing each other out because they're like, man, you're the problem, you're the reason why we lost. Or they're going to somebody like, hey, so and so and so, we need to get them out of here. Next vote. And now you just find yourself fighting to survive versus enjoying or like fighting to be like fighting on Survivor. You're fighting to survive. And I think that's a different mindset when it comes to those disaster tribes. And it does suck.
I agree. Now, obviously, speaking of disaster tribes, we saw Sophie win her first immunity challenge today, or last week, which was incredibly exciting. Love that for her. Not only did she win an immunity challenge, she also won reward. Very exciting. But another big thing for Sophie is she found the knowledge is power, and she seems to be keeping it a secret.
As she should. And we know now for her, and I feel her, because you can't trust Riz and Savannah. Like nothing against them, not saying they're not trustworthy, not saying they didn't even do their part to make her feel comfortable, because they did, but I feel like she can't trust anybody besides herself when she's already came from a tribe where she had to kind of fight to stay in the game. Now she doesn't know what tomorrow holds. We already seen it's been 2 different tribe swaps, and she goes into another tribe swap and it's not with Riz and Savannah, and then what does she do? Does she hope that they don't tell? Does she tell somebody else, oh, I just found this, that, and the other? Nah, she got to hold it together. And I feel like she's doing her part right. Keep on getting that information. We already know Riz got the idol. All right, let's see what other information we can get in order to use this knowledge as power. And I do like that, how they did it, especially because I feel like we needed a little bit more advantages on our during our season, a little bit more fight for my life, like give me something to work for. And I was looking and trying to find it, and maybe I missed a few things, but I really don't think I did, because I was looking all over. So the point is, I'm glad that they added this tidbit, because it gives Sophie hope in the game to say, yeah, I got it. And then it also shows that Sophie's not just playing the game, she's thinking. Like she's not comfortable. If she was comfortable, she would have told Riz and Savannah. So I like that. She's like, She playing her part. You bring your homegirl to the event, and your homegirl is now the life of the party. That's what she doing. They want to take care of her. They care about her. They looking over her, and she like, yeah, I feel you. Just in case y'all got a target on my back, I got this right here in my pocket.
Exactly. And I actually have a quote that she said that I loved that we went right after she found the knowledge is power. She said this: even though they are my allies right now, who knows what they will be in a couple of days.
Yes,
And I'm like, yes, Sophie, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, they might be your allies right now, but who knows what's going to happen in a couple of days.
That's a fact.
The game might switch things up. There might be
As
another swap.
always.
You don't know what's going to happen. And you know that Rizzo has an idol, and you might need to use that for yourself down the
For
line.
sure.
And you gotta, I think, hold your cards as close to your chest
Yeah.
as you can. And I love that Sophie, that was her instinct, and I'm excited to see that unfold. And now, do you think that they hid multiple knowledge's powers on all of the tribes, or how? Like, do you think it was just this tribe that it was hidden, or what do you think is happening there?
I do think that they did, because I feel like one thing about Survivor is this: they're always going to give everybody an equal advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that just depends everybody. So that means, once again, they're not telling one person, hey, this right here is in there if you look there. No, we see them, they all looking. Anybody could have found it, and it just happens to be Sophie. So I feel like if there was a situation where we saw the other tribes actually thinking about looking for it, we would have saw that it was also on their islands. But we see Sage had a vendetta. She wasn't focused on no advantages. She's trying to get this girl out of here. And once again, Shannon with her head so high, and everybody honestly just thinking they're good in their game because they're comfortable. So they're not looking for different advantages and things like that to protect themselves, because they already feel protected. Versus Savannah, I feel like she's already in game mode. Riz is already in game mode because he already found the idol, so he's already feeling himself. He's like, what else can I find out here? And once again, Sophie, she desperate to just stay in the game and just be cool and once again protect herself. So I'm with that. And I feel like we saw from the challenge or the journey with Nate and MC, they're putting these things out there. They're giving these advantages. And I know for a fact that if MC just had a little bit more time and Nate didn't try to sabotage her, I do believe that she would have found the advantage, or maybe been close, because we saw that probably is the same advantage that probably is now
maybe
on the island.
Yep. I think that you're right. I think that, the knowledge is power is one of my favorite advantages that they've added in the new era. I think it's really, really interesting.
Why?
Because I think that it encourages keeping your idols secret. And I think that it also can lead to some really incredible moments.
Yeah.
Such as, the Xander situation where Liana is like, can I have your idol? And he goes, what idol or whatever, because he had given it away. Or also, Jesse ended up in 43 getting his idol because it was given to him, I think, through Dwight and through somebody else or whatever. So I think it kind of adds to the convolutedness of the idol. And I think it encourages for people to try to keep it as secret as possible. That being said, Rizzo, it's public knowledge. That being said, though, MC still, who knows? Somebody thinks that Sophie's going to steal MC's idol. I don't know how. I don't know how she's going to find out.
Yeah, but also too, that's a fact. That's what I was going to say. She wouldn't steal it if she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Now, but we also see, once again, there's not much of a conversation going on with any of the girls. I'm not too sure, because Savannah's already like, I got my crew. I ain't really worried about, talking. Or if, once again, it's like everybody's just new to this fort and don't really know where to start. And that's why MC felt more comfortable going to Riz, because she's like, I know this about you, so let's see what happens once I tell you this. But I think that if everything works out well, and even then too, if it does come out, she doesn't have it yet, so you would just be taking a no vote, and if that's how it goes. But I don't think so. I feel like I think her and Steven are locked in and tight-lipped on whatever they got going on. And a part of me, I really hope she finds it, but I don't think she will even find it this next episode. But I mean, we'll see. Maybe she will. Who knows?
We'll see.
It just depends on what happens, and if she doesn't find it, what, like, it's gonna does it disappear? Like, what happens? So it's just a lot that we don't know, and I feel like it's hard for me to really make an opinion when I don't know the true details, because I mean, I love the tribe vibes and the beach vibes, but I need to know the gameplay vibes. That's what I'm here for.
Now, I do have a little bit of a clip, or not clip, but the words, the description, that's the word, for the next episode from Storyline,
Okay.
and I just want to read this to you. The name of the next episode is Blood Will Be Drawn.
Mm,
A boat arrives delivering a very important message to the overjoyed castaways. I'm assuming that's the merge.
yeah.
Old Alliance members
Oh.
reconvene to talk strategy as the game has shifted since they last saw each other. Then the
Mhm.
game intensifies when a two-part challenge leads to the season's first individual immunity win on Survivor Wednesday, November 5th. So it seems from this, obviously we know about the merge,
Yes.
but also it seems Old Alliance members reconvene to talk strategy as the game has shifted since they last saw each other. I feel like that could be
Mm.
Rizzo,
I
Nate,
agree. I agree.
and Savannah, don't you think?
I agree 100% because now the question they're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, Shannon got voted out. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? What do you think happened there? Why do you think that happened?" And then also too, we know like Christina and MC never really talk gameplay, and Steven doesn't really have much tea to even
Mm-hmm.
really say.
Mm-hmm.
I think to MC, like, MC really doesn't have even much to say to him. So they're kind of not saying irrelevant with that particular, but I think that it really does like what they got to talk about is just like oh, good to see you. But they're talking business. Yulia is talking strategy. Yulia is talking what we gonna do. Yulia is
Mm-hmm.
talking what did y'all have any group? Did y'all make friends? Did you make friends? Nate, what do you know? I think we're gonna see true gameplay talk from Yuli, and everybody else is gonna kind of just kiki and try to like. But I hope they like know like they're out for blood. But I think the blood is the reds. Yuli, yup.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it's going to be a really interesting, hopefully merge. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
in the preview also it looks like they were all running to look for something, so maybe there's an advantage
Yeah,
in the individual immunity challenge. Who knows? I
we'll
think it's going to be
see.
good no matter what, but I think that, last episode, and in conjunction with the fact that it seems like we're getting a real merge, I think this season's on the up and up. I know some people were like a
Mm-hmm.
little bit down on it to begin with, but I think that this season is going to get
Yeah, I was
chaotic
told to
and
keep
fun.
watching.
Yep.
Keep watching. I say you always got to keep watching until you know the winner. You got to keep watching because sometimes you never know what
Yep.
happens. And once again, it's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in Survivor. A lot of
Mhm.
stuff, but life is lackadaisical. Then life has its excitement, and that's what it is. You're on the beach. What y'all want us to do? He already got bit by a snake. We looking for a shark attack. Like, come on now, we got to watch and keep it on in there.
So real, so real.
Yeah.
Well, Star, I don't know if you know this, but I like to end my
Okay.
podcasts with
Hmm.
an award, the Alley Oop
Okay.
Award. And
Alley-oop.
we like to give this to the player that we think is setting themselves up best for the next episode. And I think that this is a difficult one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind
It's
of
tough.
wavering between a couple of people. Do
Me
you have
too.
any ideas on who to give this award to?
So that's the tough part about it. Like, cause right now, like I said, I gotta give like my guy Alex, he's doing his thing. Of course, Sage, we know she set herself up to sleep at night peacefully because Shayna's
Mhm.
not gonna be there anymore. But did she set herself up for the next episode? Hell no. She set herself up to have a target on her back. So I can't alley oop her
Mhm.
because maybe last episode I could have alley ooped her because she did it this episode. But now I don't think so. Sophie, definitely set herself up good. She got her cushion, she got her alliance, she
Mhm.
got her people that's rocking with her. So, but Sophie with an E, definitely mic drop for me. And I'm curious. I want to see more. I want to see what she has next. And I mean, I am a little biased right now because, like I said, Sage is my girl. She got me. She had me. She got my heart the last episode. I said, oh, girl, that's gameplay. But I'm going to have to give it to Sophie E because that's the only Sophie.
I honestly am shocked that you said Sophie, because I was also thinking Sophie, and I kind of felt like it was like
Ooh.
out of left field. And so
No,
I'm
not at
so
all.
happy that we are
Yes.
aligning on this, because I think that
Yes.
we heard from her, which was exciting to
Oh,
begin with.
yeah.
We hadn't
Yes.
heard from her in quite some
Then
time.
she talked about the fruit. Since she talked about the
Yes,
fruit,
exactly, exactly.
can't
But I
talk
think
about the
that
fruit.
don't ever hate on a reward
Don't
is what
talk
it
about the
sounds like.
fruit.
Yeah. But I think that she really was able to read the situation really well.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that she realized that, hey, I really cannot trust Christina. And I
Yep.
think that when going into a merge, I know she has MC's ear. I know MC likes
Yep.
to work with her. And I think that Steven likes to work with her. And I think that,
Mm-hmm.
you have all of these people now that I think are starting to want to work with Sophie. And I
Yeah.
also think that Sophie is really, really strong. And I think that I could see Sophie winning individual immunity.
Mm.
And that has nothing to do with how she did this episode. I just
Yeah.
think that like there is something she's like
She's
got that kind
smart.
of,
She
yep,
definitely,
exactly.
yeah. I think like once again, because when it comes to the physical part of it all, there's an even feel for everybody, and I think that's the good part.
Yeah.
So I think that she, and then once again, the puzzles, they got the best puzzler out, which was Jason, in my
Yep.
opinion. So that definitely gives them open field. I was rooting for them. I was rooting for Jason because once again, a puzzler, you could do a puzzle, you chef's kiss to me. But now, once again, it gets that even field because now everybody has an even vibe. You know, we saw Kelly was struggling with this puzzle, so they, you know, there's more competition for them
Mm-hmm.
and better in Sophie's case because she might have been like a silent assassin that we didn't know, and now we're ready to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, somebody also in the comics says Alex is going to work with Sophie, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that I think Sophie has a lot of roads
I think
to
so.
in
She
this
can go.
merge. And I think
Yeah.
that I'm excited to see her play. I'm very excited to see her
Yeah.
play. Now, Star, before I let you go, is there anything
Okay.
from this episode and from this next episode that we have not talked about, we haven't touched upon yet, that you want to make sure that we chat about? Because I know that a lot happened, and I think that a lot may happen. So there's a very real possibility
Yeah.
that we missed something. So is there something that you want to chat about, or did we hit all of your marks that you wanted to
I feel like
talk
we hit
about?
all of my marks because, like I said, my main thing, I was just like, dang, like I really need to talk about Christina and that challenge because, like I said, I saw my girl, like at any point she could have gave up, said, nah, I'm good, or just passed out again, you know? But she didn't. She really persevered. She really came through hungry and all, like scared and all, because it's hard to tie them little bows on them things. I
Mhm.
know it is. And then you got to get the thing, bring it over. It gave me old school Survivor back again because I think those were one of my favorite challenges when watching Survivors, when they had to tie the balloons and stuff. But I think that we touched on everything and pretty much nailed it all. Like, I feel like everyone had we talked about a good bit of everybody. Like, everybody had a good shine. You know, we touched on Nate and how, you know what I'm saying, he didn't really good successful in the live, but he came through, chopped it up with Christina and Sophie beef with the E. Sophie found the advantage. We got that in. Riz, you feel me? Riz and Savannah and what they're going to do next because they've been tagging teaming for a while. We touched on MC and how, you know, she could have maybe maneuvered a little better, but she, you know, she did her part. You know, Sage and Shannon and that tea that's no longer, we would kind of wanted more, but we got what we got and we're okay. Alex and him, you know, stepping up and being the man of the group, making himself relevant, you know what I'm saying, staying in, feeding, being a nurturer. Being a nurturer, so to speak. I know there's more folks, but I'm like, you know, the overall, I think we got it.
And I want to say, I absolutely adore chatting with you, Star.
Oh,
like
yes,
ever
it
since
was
I met you
great.
at the Ron Clark, you light up every room you
Oh,
go in,
thank you.
especially even online. Like you're so great. Give us the Star
This is
edit
for the
for season
people.
48. People, editors, we need it. We want it. But Star, where can the people find you?
Oh,
I
yes.
know that you love to talk about pop culture and
Oh,
TV
yes.
stuff online. So where can people find you to hear your takes?
If you want to know everything that I'm watching, I'm always on Twitter X talking about it. So it's Star Toomey. That's just how it's spelled, StarTomey. It might be with two Y's on that one. And then, you know, Instagram, you can holler at me on IG, Star Toomey, same thing, but I think that's just one Y. Definitely, once again, if you're looking to buy a shirt, you know where to find it, not a hoe. Just click the links, it's all there. Then of course I'm working on it, but you know, it's hard being content creating and then being a mama and all the stuff because my baby Silver Marcy's too, and I'm not even like we still struggling with the potty training. It's not easy, but we getting there. But Stranger Things is coming back, so I really want to do like a Stranger Things review for the people who are getting into it and coming back, or even the people who know about it but need to catch up but don't got time to watch because we working and we mamas and we daddies up in here, and or step daddies, mamas and girlfriends and all that stuff. Like we here, or even persons, peoples, and things. The point is, we're here to watch, talk, and chat it up. So just keep an eye. If it's there, cool. If it's not, I'm still watching and I'll be tweeting because it's easier that way. All right, y'all. But this was fun. And keep watching Survivor and keep watching my girl Tay because we talking and we've been talking.
Oh,
Okay.
Star, you're the best. And I think that,
Yes.
again, this was so much fun. I think this was such a fun episode to chat with you about, too,
Oh,
because
it was.
so much happened.
Yeah, they gave us what we needed. And I
they
knew
gave
that.
us-
Something told me that this was going to be like the episode that was going to, you know, the up and up. Because it's been slow. It's been slow, but now we up and
slow,
up.
I don't think slow necessarily means bad. So
It doesn't. And people need to know that. Yeah, they got to ease us in there like a popcorn.
Exactly. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe to The Specialist. Make sure if you want to become a patron, make sure to do that. I have a Teg Talks that came out today. It's our elevator pitch, and we talked about what Survivor and CBS could possibly do to make 50 more of a celebration like they promised us. So make sure to check that out if you're a patron or become a patron. Obviously, make sure to listen to the post show tomorrow night and all of the great specialist things coming up. But thank you guys so much for listening and chatting and commenting. And Star, thank you again for chatting with me.
Thank you.